Hello boys and girls, again. This tutorial video is a continuation from the last video that we had, and we are following up on the objectives that we made in the last video about the animal cell. Before we get into it, there are some things that you need to know. Okay, one point that you need to know, that these babies are very small. So what you need a microscope so that you'll be able to view them. And when you want to draw them, you come up with these kind of drawings. All right. So the first thing that we are going to focus on when you want to bring out the differences between an animal and a plant cell is the shape of the two. And when we look at the plant cell, you see that the plant cell has a regular shape, and when we look at the animal cell, you see that the shape is irregular. All right. The second thing that we can focus on when we want to come up with the differences of the two is the cell wall. When we look at the plant cell, we find that we mentioned before that the cell wall of the plant cell is non-living, and it is made up of cellulose, which means it is present. But when we look at the animal cell, we see that it is absent. There is no cell wall. All right. The third thing that we can focus on is the cell membrane. And that of the plant cell is that it lines the inside of the cell wall, as you can see. But when we look at the animal cell, we see that it surrounds the cell wall. So it is the one that makes the boundary of the cell of the animal cell. The fourth and the last thing that we can focus on or use to differentiate the two is that of the vacuum. And we say that in plant cell, the vacuum is large and it is permanent. And it is filled with cell sap. And what is cell sap? We say that cell sap is the liquid part in the vacuum. All right. But when we look at the animal cell, we see that there is no vacuum. If it is there, it is a very small and temporary. Okay, boys and girls, that is it on our tutorial. I just want to add something. After this video, you can look for questions that I sent. You can attempt them. I'll send the answers.